yeah, he's technically modeled after the Question. He's always more pictured him as being more modeled after Batman.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with that. I always knew he was
agree with that.
Yeah, well,
I don't agree with that.
I mean, I've always pictured that. I mean, like, for the longest time ever, I mean, this is back, young, not knowledgeable comic fan Benny.
Right.
And just, I read The Watchmen, and I didn't know what they were really based on. I always thought it was Batman.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it was actually only like in the last 10 years or so when I really started diving into a lot more deeper lore in the comics that I was like, oh, that's not Batman at all. That's
Batman. No.
Why would you base it on the Question?
They literally did a Question story where the Question became Rorschach. Where the Question read Watchmen and was like, this guy's got it right. And then Johnson's like Rorschach and tries to be Rorschach, and then he's like, oh, this is stupid. And you're like, what is happening?
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you what's happening. This is comics 20 years ago.
That is comics, man.
And no, there's nothing on the web internet.
What happened? You're scooping it.
We're scooping it?
Yeah,
There's no JSA. Tweet it. Don't tweet it.
But no, I mean, I think that definitely leaves it open for the Watchmen to exist out there. And for them to basically bring it in. John said during the whole thing, he's like, I have no idea what they're going to do after this 12-issue story. All he's doing is setting the stage. He's basically doing DC Universe Rebirth #1 with the Watchmen. Like, hey guys, they exist in it. Like, here's the story of it. Here's what they've been doing between the time that you saw Manhattan teased and the time that the first Watchmen ended. Now, just do whatever you want. Go off to the races. I mean, within reason, they'll probably do it pretty close to continuity, but race off and do your own thing. I think it's a great idea to say that they've been around, they don't know who they are. It gives us the opportunity to see some character build up. It gives us the opportunity to see them kind of grow and flesh out as an ongoing series, so on and so forth. Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'm down.
Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to ask you too about this is we know DC Metal is going on right now. It's a giant crossover.
Yep.
It's like every metalhead's dream.
It's the culmination of every Scott Snyder story ever written.
Yeah. So the question is, we know this is going on through Doomsday Clock.
Yeah.
Since we now know that Doomsday Clock is officially the sequel to Watchmen, and not directly about the DC universe, it's going to show how they all integrated. But he said it's going to be about the Watchmen.
Yeah.
Do we think that it's going, like, Metal's going to just keep going past it?
Yes. I think Metal has nothing to do with anything Jeff Johns is doing. I think John's like, I'm doing this. And Snyder's like, well, I'm gonna go full Bendis, and I'm just gonna do whatever I want. And John's like, I can't say no. He's Scott Snyder. What's he gonna do? Quit and write Spider-Man? I'm not.
Side note, I think Bendis is jumping ship.
No.
Nah. If you've been following on Twitter, the last 2 weeks he's been like spewing DC everything.
I think that's a bargaining thing. I think Bendis is going like,
hey, look, I can go to DC if I want to.
I can leave anytime.
Oh, how many of you guys are caught up on Infamous Iron Man?
No one cares. Anyway.
Oh, dude, that reveal, man!
You can't spoil
Wednesday.
You can't spoil Wednesday's comics.
It's over. Like,
It is over. It's the last issue. What?
The last issue came out last week.
Yeah.
It's done.
It is over. I know.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted it to keep going.
I do. Well, it's going to roll over into Invincible Iron Man.
I do, but so.
Yeah. I tweeted Bendis out, and he's like, no, like, Doom's still going to be Iron Man and then Invincible Iron Man.
Here's one of you.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, he's when you don't talk down to him, they say nice things to you.
Fair enough. They do, actually. I will vouch for that. If you're friendly, they'll normally respond.
Yeah, don't demand.
Yeah. I demand you tell me what's going on, Bendis.
Like,
Also don't have a history of like tweeting at them saying like all the things you hate about what they do.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I honestly, with Dark Knight's Metal, I'm just kind of along for the ride of the story.
That's exactly what they want.
I haven't spent too much time like speculating. I mean, I could honestly, my initial idea was like, okay, well, Nth Metal came from like whatever universe the Watchmen are from, when Manhattan was like, hey, let's just go create life, and like Nth Metal was something he made, and then somebody got a hold of it, and they crash landed on Carter Hall's old planet, and then the whole cycle kicked in.
I don't think it has anything to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, that was me kind of.
That'd be fine. That would actually be smart if they were like, yeah, no, Manhattan there.
That's one of the things I've learned with Snyder's Batman is not to spend too much time focusing on like what may happen later on,
dude.
Because so much happens right now.
Yeah, and Snyder's interesting because when it comes to Dark Knight's Metal, I remember like trying to reconcile it because like I'm a DC, like I'm a continuity purist. And so when they went to the New 52, they didn't have roadmap, and so they're just like, it's whatever, it's the Wild West.
I thought that was DCU. New 52.
DC.
They launched with an idea.
What is DCU?
Yeah, we know
What's a thing? I don't know. Heard of it. But
I was like, New 52 started with an idea, and then it was like 6 months in, they were like,
DC
that idea doesn't work.
The New 52 was, we're doing this cool thing called Flashpoint, and then like, but what if we rebooted everything? Okay.
We haven't had a crisis in like 4
let's
years.
do it now. We don't have a roadmap or any plan. Just do it. And then it was a huge sales figure, and they were like, okay, it worked. No, DC Rebirth is cool, and there's a lot of great ideas, but they're not like, what happened? When? Who's Robin? Like, what's happening? And like, where's the continuity? Like, missing 10 years, man. And you're like, that's not anything. That didn't answer my question. And so Snyder was doing some interviews, and he was talking on Twitter. He was like, oh, the missing 10 years? It doesn't matter. It's whatever. Don't get hung up on the 10 years. It doesn't really matter.
Well, in all honesty, if you think about the 10 years, nothing adds up.
No, it doesn't. And you're like, oh, okay. So what? And he's like, it's whatever you want. And you're like, but
10 years missing, Wally lost his wife and his kids, and he got younger.
You're referring,
but Superman is now probably more powerful. I mean, the stuff he's done, you can argue either way at the moment. But
it's mind bending.
Yeah.
And just literally like.
And Batman says nothing ever restarted. It's just like he's just continually going. He just got younger at some point.
And like if you're reading Tom King's Batman, like neither he nor Catwoman even remember where they met. Like one of them's got the year 1 origin, the other one's got the Silver Age origin.
I feel like they're playing the Deadpool origin plan. Like I don't know what the hell my origin is.
Like Dark Knight's Metal is literally just supposed to be like, sit down, shut up, and enjoy the comic. The problem is that they also make direct references to continuity from pre-New 52, and you're like, okay, but no. But no, you can't do that though. Daniel Hall is here now. What? And he's like, I talked to Grant Morrison, he said it was cool. That didn't answer my question. Now don't tell me you got Grant Morrison involved, because that is not going to make things easier for me.
Grant Morrison thought that the easiest way to tell the origin of the universe was like, there's a giant piece of paper. And like all
I wrote on it.
Yeah, it's like them writing, drawing the multiverse, and the paper became sentient.
Yep.
And it looked over and saw the multiverse, and it said, let's monitor that, and then it sent out monitor. Dude, the guy wrote Arkham, Serious House on Serious House. That book is it's just.
Yeah, if you want to read something creepy on Halloween, turn all the lights down, or just get yourself like a light and read the art alone. You'll be like,
by candlelight.
That book is like a deep dive into like the mind of an insane human being.
Yes.
Like,
And his name is Batman.
Arkham, the Serious House on Serious House.
Yeah.
That was Grant Morrison's first.
he's getting it right now. Just look up an image of the art, and you'll be like, what?
Yeah, there's this image of the Joker, and like he looks like just this ghost.
Yeah.
And it looks so crazy. It's
crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't get through it all. I was like, all right, it's basically like the origin of Arkham. It's like, what is it?
It's the origin of Arkham, and it's the origin of like a couple of things. It's in continuity that works.
Yeah, they used a lot of it as the basis for the Arkham Asylum video game.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
The spooky tapes and the
Yeah, the spooky tapes.
Spooky tapes.
I really like that term. I'm gonna use it forever.
So we spent 30 minutes talking about Watchmen and
tell me
Metal.
about what you just heard about.
Yeah,
From like
well,
5 minutes ago.
I'm in, which is cool because like I think 4 people got to go to the panel.
Yeah, that's true.
So that worked out.
I didn't go.
But okay, so let's talk about the other big event happening right now, if you can call it an event. Because you weren't on the weekly poll recently.
No, I missed it.
So how do you feel about Legacy?
All right. I mean, like, or Marvel previews, as I like to call it.
Marvel Rebirth.
Man, here's the thing. Man,
I
was talking about.
I liked it. I mean, for my opinion, it gave me hope.
Did it?
It gave me hope that we can do something in Marvel, and it'll be a superhero story.
I mean, that's
Marvel Legacy.
And not Secret Empire.
I wanted to.
I love Secret Empire, man. Don't talk bad about my Secret Empire, man. That's my jam.
Right, Secret Empire, the event where we finally get the Hulk back for 2 pages.
He's a zombie or something?
And he's a zombie. There was more Banner talking than there was Hulk.
Yeah.
Yay, more zombie Hulk.
Compound. He's like,
Well, I did my job.
my purpose has been served with the fighters.
I'm like a missile.
I mean,
Yeah, okay, the Hulk thing aside, I came up with a better way to do the Hulk thing, which would lead into the Planet Hulk arc for Amadeus Cho right now. Okay. What if they found a way to tap into the Hulk and make the Hulk go berserk in the base? Amadeus Cho couldn't stop it, and that's why they blasted him off the Planet Hulk.
Like you make Amadeus Cho Savage Hulk.
Right,
That would be
and he
cool.
couldn't stop it, because the immediate storyline that comes after Secret Empire for the Hulk is Amadeus Cho going, oh man, I don't think I can control the Hulk, and I'm like, when did that happen?
Yeah, no. The Hulk has always been a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I can't control the monster within me. Oh my God, I might freak out. It's always the tension of the book. It's why people read the Hulk. Totally Awesome Hulk is like a history of things going fine. My life was awesome, and now I'm even more awesome.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I guess I want to read a book about Daredevil eating a sandwich and having a good time.
But that's what Totally Awesome is.
I know.
And if you read the latest arc, because I like the Hulk and I want to like Amadeus Cho.
I like him, I just don't read
yeah, but the problem with Amadeus Cho is he's like, Hulk smash! Yo, bro, let's go pick up some chicks. Hulk what?
I think it's so cool because I read that book and it's like, man, what would have happened if like 21-year-old Rob became the Hulk?
That's a book. The Hulk and the Champions. It said they were like, he's the smartest man in the world, and he maintains his smarts. And they're like, how high can you jump? Let me show you,
Dude, no,
and he's gone.
That was hilarious. That was so funny. They were like, so like, can you jump really high? He's like, yeah. Like he jumps and he's gone for the rest of the comic. At the very end. Oh, dude. And then, dude, I felt so bad for who was the one that played Nova? Sam Alexander. Dude, because he was like, he was trying to mac.
He was Viv.
On Vision's
On
daughter, on
Viv.
Viv.
Yeah.
And then what is it? He leaves and he comes back and like she's making out with little Cyclops.
Totally Awesome Hulk.
No, she made out with Hulk too.
Oh, I thought it was Cyclops.
Yeah.
Well, I
For a
thought
book
it was
about like
Cyclops.
kids that I think are supposed to be between 13 and 15, there's a lot of getting around
No,
with that
no.
book.
I don't know if you were 13, but like that's all I'm thinking about.
Why not? 33 is all I'm thinking about. But
I enjoyed like.
But the problem I have with what they're doing with the Hulk is like, did you read the latest one, the Legacy? So he goes to Black Panther and he's like, I think I'm losing control. And I'm like, when did you lose control? Your whole thing is you could control him.
No, that's it. No, that's been an ongoing thing that was going on for a while.
Right, yeah, he goes, I lose control for a second.
Yeah, he would have these spurts where he would start to lose control. But no, even then, like if you go back and you read the first arc, when he first becomes the Incredible Hulk, there's this moment where he like passes by a mirror and like the Hulk is looking back at him.
Right.
And that was the whole idea, is it was like, it's going to come.
All right, that's cool.
Now,
I like that.
if what you need is for like Greg Pak to write in giant purple letters, the Incredible Hulk, everything you know, he will come back eventually. Then like that defeats the whole purpose of the story.
true.
Right, okay, but did you read the book? Because he goes, hey, he's like, we're gonna go try and learn how this works. He loses control trying to tap into that rage, and Black Panther's like, to space! And Maddie, Amadeus' sister's even like, what happened the last time you people shot him into space?
He had a great time.
He broke someone's hands.
And then he made the world was life.
I mean, it's no.
He never came back angry.
Hey, I like World War Hulk. It was kind of cool.
I mean, Marvel Legacy does everything, right? Like, I mean, there are aspects of it that are cool, like the old school Avengers. And one of
The
the
BC Avengers.
yeah, the BC Avengers. And one of the concerns
I was like,
had-
because the regular Avengers were not in there.
Yeah, no.
no, that's what I'm saying. The
Although I
BC
did notice Marvel tried to make a Trinity.
That's cool.
Oh, who
That was
they,
the-
It was Captain America, Thor, and Ironheart.
And
No,
When
She
they-
officially corrected them. Like, I know she's been doing it recently, but like in a big title book was like, my name's Ironheart.
It's Ironheart.
Yes, okay.
I mean, that's what she's.
Which, by the way, side fun note, is a Japanese porn, and Marvel didn't know that.
You know, remember Earth X when there was this character called Iron Maiden?
Oh
That's
yes,
the name.
yes. I love Earth X.
Why don't you just do that?
Dude, I love the ending of Earth X when like Galactus comes down.
Oh, well.
And Reed is like, show me who you are. He takes him his helmet and he's fighting
I'm your
Richards.
son.
Yeah, dude, that was.
Hey, spoilers for
You find out
Earth X, by
Franklin
the way.
Richards becomes. I'm sorry,
They're
guys.
like 17 years old.
Yeah, spoilers.
It's still cool, and like a tenth of the people read it.
Yeah, it's super cool. But no, okay, so I like the idea of the BC Avengers. There were things that were a little weird, but like, okay, the Phoenix Force. Like, one of the things people freaked out is like, well, the Phoenix Force and Odin couldn't have gotten together. That's ridiculous. It doesn't fit in.
Why?
Fit into what?
This is 10,000 years
Dude,
ago.
the Phoenix has like an Excalibur, like a one-issue Excalibur story where it's like she encountered like some wizard from a different dimension, like a different dimension's Doctor Strange, and he tricked the Phoenix into like trying to merge the multiverse into one. And the Phoenix was just like, nope, not doing that. Bailed out, and then like it watched Jean Grey like a billion years later.
Right.
So
No,
like
like-
you literally have like a billion years of just empty space to do whatever you want with.
That's the coolest.
definitely banged Odin. It's fine.
I love your casual wording of it.
That's all it is. It's purely
But
physical.
no, I mean, I'm actually excited about the 10,000 BC Defenders because they picked a time period where they can't mess anything up.
Oh yeah, you can't.
You can do
You should
anything.
call it like Avengers the Butterfly.
But you know what? For the record, I'm saying this now. And watch like issue 1, they blow up the Spirit of Vengeance, and it's never coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but That's why.
It's cool. I feel weird.
It's Ghost Rider on a mammoth.
Yeah, he's dead. Remember that preview image? It's not happening.
How do you know he doesn't get another mammoth? Johnny Blaze can summon new motorcycles like with a snap of his fingers.
Yeah,
Robbie Ray's car drives through walls. Yeah. You can't tell me there's no other
He's
mammoth.
sad the mammoth died. He obviously has a rapport with the mammoth. It's not like he's like, oh shit.
He's from the underworld. He is literally dead.
in the
brought
page.
back as a
He is
spirit.
sad about the mammoth.
And what if he can't come back? What if the mammoth comes back with its own flaming skull?
I mean, like obviously that's what we all wanted to see.
The mammoth was his best
It
friend.
doesn't do anything. All right. Anyway, my point was no. Oh, the skull mammoth?
Yeah, like
Yes.
dude, like this old school. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. I don't want a furry mammoth. I want like a skeleton
Tearing
mammoth.
over, you see it come just like tearing over the side of a.
You want like a horseman of death mammoth.
Yeah.
No, dude, like a flaming mammoth, just hauling at you. Yeah.
And then you got this cave woman just riding it. I think it was a cave. Was it a caveman or cave woman? She had like half a panel.
Which one are you talking about?
The Ghost Rider of 10,000 BC.
Yeah.
What was the cave?
Was it caveman?
Well,
Okay.
it was a dude.
Okay, so caveman.
It might have been
But you
a-
get a caveman riding a flaming mammoth into battle with a flaming skull.
Yeah, I want that.
Why are we not writing comics?
Caveman Hulk.
Yeah, cave on all the way sweet.
No, that's Starbrand.
Oh, dude, that's a great.
At least I would have laughed so hard if they're like, this is the caveman Hulk. Gamma radiation existed. And his name is Banner Bruce. There are
But no, I mean they're cool. Like the Infinity Stones are coming back.
They're not stones. They're gems.
Gems.
What's wrong with just calling them gems?
Because in all new Guardians of the Galaxy, the guys who are currently hunting them, and I know neither of you read that,
That's right.
they are currently on an arc called The Hunt for the Stones.
Yeah.
So they just that doesn't mean anything.
It means they're hunting stones!
So are they different? Are these different?
And they just brought back Richard Rider! Why are you not reading
They
this?
brought back Richard Rider issues ago.
No, but he's in the Guardians finally.
Yeah, because they can't.
They're literally performing the Nowhere Club.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. A year later, we find out that I love how they finally just gave us like a one-panel thing. Adsit, the comic relief of the Deadpool book, says, "I'm reforming the Nova Corps."
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks.
of all the people, all right, we're doing this.
I saw. Is that the issue with half of Darkhawk?
No,
It looked like Darkhawk.
no. It's
Well, the rider coming back for the Guardians
was
that piece was the
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Darkhawk or Talons.
right. Yeah, they're a whole race of people now. They're not just
Okay.
Darkhawk.
It's not just
It's a
Darkhawk.
whole race, but there's one
But they're
core
back.
one. And if you've been reading the story, which obviously you have, it was an amazing reveal in 11, was it not? The whole first arc. All I'm going to say. Skip the. If you just want to know what we're talking about, read the first arc. Go to 11, and your mind will be blown.
All right, cool.
No,
I'm sold.
It does. I agree. It does set the stage for the idea of heroes being heroes. I mean, I enjoyed a lot of the political stuff that we got. I wasn't necessarily against it. I thought we kind of needed a shift. Things sort of needed to change. I mean, for me, I kind of got tired of just seeing Steve Rogers just be like, "Yep, like the Avengers, the battle with the shield." It's like, "Oh, I'm throwing my shield at you." I mean, it was cool, but I like the idea of seeing him as a bad guy. Now, I knew it was going to be temporary. I don't think anybody ever expected it to be long.
People were really surprised. They thought Spider-Man was gonna die forever.
Yeah.
Remember when they were all
That lasted a year and a half, right?
It was only supposed to last like 6 months, and then they were like, "We got a movie coming out. You want to delay it a little longer?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you can think it's 29 to show up."
Yeah, I mean the biggest advice I can give to anyone here, and this is a complete side topic, but anyone who's like gets mad about comics, whatever you want is gonna come back.
whatever you like. Will be back.
Yeah, like for example, in Thor: God of Thunder, Jason Aaron literally finishes the part. What is it, like Thor in the future?
Yeah.
And it's like he gets his hammer back.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Who is this chick that got your hammer?" He's like, "Don't worry about that." So like,
That's something that happened a little while ago.
like we immediately knew that Jane Foster was never going to be a temporary thing. She was never going to be permanent.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Although they seem to have, she's gotten popular enough, they're trying to figure out a way to keep.
There's plenty of hammers. You can get Vader Bill's hammer. You can get.
Or you could get like
Rasmussen's hammer.
There's literally just one chilling out right now. The War Thor hammer is just
War
chilling.
Hammer, yeah.
no,
Oh, we could pull a Thor core.
He's a guy now. Like he has it.
Yeah, no, but it's.
No, he didn't get rid of it. He still has it.
Yeah, but come on, you really.
Well,
Okay,
just have a
if Marvel's like, we want our female Thor or two dude Thors, one with a giant beard,
We're gonna go with.
female Thor and regular
Female
Thor.
Thor,
She's gonna be like War Thor. Give me your hammer. And he'll be like, no, puny woman. And she'll be like, Thor powers.
Thor powers activate. Like I would love to she just walks up and just like taps him on the head with a hammer. So it goes flying.
I was like, I get what you're saying. I don't think it's staying there. I think she's getting that hammer.
No, I don't think War Story, War Thor is going to say. I think Jane Foster's going to get the ultimate Thor hammer, and I think Odin's son is going to get his hammer.
Yeah. She took it from him.
Yeah. The actual
The War Thor hammer. She
Yeah,
took it.
I thought she did.
I remember her taking the hammer.
She said that he didn't deserve it or something
Yeah.
like that. But he likes to keep up to date with Thor more, so I wasn't going to argue him on that.
It was driving him crazy.
I was like,
so she
well,
took it away.
so for me, a lot of people ask how I read so many comics, because like I read 41 comics on the way up here, and that was like a 4-hour flight. Yeah. When I was in the military, we had to and anybody who was in the military and was in the fields, you had to read a lot of technical manuals, right? And a lot of times, like, if once you read this, we're gonna ask you a couple questions, and you can't leave until you can answer those. So I just got I got a system down for speed reading through things. And so a lot of times, like for me, I'll lose out on the art, which is I'm sad about, but if you've got to read a bunch of comics for your job, you got to read a bunch of comics for your job. So I'll speed read through them, but sometimes if it's a weird epilogue or whatever, like I'll kind of miss out on the epilogue because we wrapped, I closed the book, moved on to the next one. So sometimes like when he said, oh, he still has it, I was like, well, maybe there was an epilogue where he grabbed the hammer or something. I don't
I'm
know.
not that fast, man. Like, we were at a 4-hour flight, like, I finished Infamous Iron Man. I was so happy. I was like, yes,
So happy I took a nap.
I read almost everything that came out this week and last week, and I read a bunch of older stuff, like, what was it? I read the entire Hulk The End.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Marvel just released a trade for Spider-Man, The Revenge of the Green Goblin. I was like, oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of the funniest things. Is like Norman Osborn trying to break into the house of Dr. Strange.
That was hilarious.
And the
Gotcha,
shrubs.
We know Osborn has
Okay,
magic.
you guys, I know you don't, I don't know if you do. I know you read Amazing.
I used to read Amazing.
I am not. I know there was the
You know they're setting up to go back to what you like, right?
Yeah.
It ain't never gonna go back the way I like.
Did you read the latest one though?
No.
Okay, so the latest Amazing, which ties into the Legacy thing, is about that Norman Osborn thing. So basically, it's really funny. Norman Osborn just got defeated recently. If you've been reading Amazing Spider-Man, the video actually goes up on my channel either tomorrow or Monday. I don't know. The guys are doing. I told them what videos I want out.
YouTube.com/comics.
Yeah, Comicstorian YouTube channel. Just anyway, they did a Bridget issue, which sometimes they'll do when they're just trying to they'll get a different artist and they're just trying to fill a gap until they get the artist in the next issue. And the Bridge issue is Norman Osborn going to the Himalayas and trying to learn magic from Sorcerer Supreme people. Yeah. And what he does is he touches the orb and he goes through an entire lifespan of learning everything and becoming this master wizard and all this other stuff. And when he finally gets the powers, he looks at the three people and he's like, "Ha-ha, you're dead! Dead! Dead!"
Why would anyone ever teach magic to
And then he summons Spider-Man, kills Spider-Man. What? And then it warps back to him touching the orb and he's like, "All of that was a vision?" They're like, "Yeah, now we know what you can do. Get out." And he leaves and he's like, "You don't realize what you've done. You've shown me your powers. I'll find them." And hence why he's at the shrubbery.
Yeah, hence why he was defeated by bushes.
I feel like
he's a businessman in a goblin mask with a purse at the end of the day.
I hope they make him evil, because right now, after that moment and the shrubbery moment,
He needs to be really pissed.
It's is he gonna be the comical villain now? We're gonna have old man Osborn. Aha, Spider-Man!
I was thinking back in the days of Dark Reign, when he was like, you know what, we're gonna conquer the world.
That's the best Norman Osborn.
That is the best Norman.
You know, I would like to say that people in the Marvel Universe would not give him that kind of power back, but these are the same people that allowed Bruce Banner to really destroy the entire Eastern Coast and then go, "Hey buddy, wanna be in the Avengers?" I don't care how cool he is. That should have been the end of Bruce Banner if you were ever gonna have an end of Bruce Banner.
Okay, so how many people, because I'm kind of curious, how many people are excited the classic Wolverine is back?
Yeah.
Classic Wolverine.
Okay, but here's a better question, because we all knew that was happening. Who were you hoping was coming back?
They were bringing back a character. Who's it going to be?
Now, we're